work towards freedom from the constraints of institutional structures and model this pursuit for students. Students must see you struggle with the tension between what is expected of you and what is the right thing to do. This does not mean that Ratchetdemic educators do not understand or teach academic content. In fact, they have to have more command of the content they're delivering than the educator who just teaches what they're given. Ratchetdemic educators are expert in content knowledge, but are not constrained by it. They deliver content in a way that has contextual value and uplifts the student. The concept behind being Ratchetdemic has always existed. It has always been the hidden ingredient in the work of those in the field of education who challenge the status quo and reimagine the way that power is distributed in this country and across the world. It is in the education theories of hundreds of scholars like Gloria Ladson-Billings and Paulo Freire. However, it is more than words and theory. It is in the embodiment of them. When you hear recordings of Freire speaking or see Ladson-Billings teach, there is a Ratchetdemic quality or authenticity that only becomes evident in their presentation, their voice inflections, their rawness, their passion, their fervor, their taking up space and claiming power, even in powerful places. Power, in its most simple form, is the ability to do something that one wants to do and having the agency to act upon it. For the Ratchetdemic educator and student, being Ratchetdemic means exercising power through the ability to act in the way that feels most comfortable and authentic in the pursuit and expression of the knowledge. Power is also the capacity and the ability to direct or influence the actions and behavior of self and others. Being Ratchetdemic is about pushing the boundaries of what is normal within schools to reflect the needs of groups of people who have been denied power. It is claiming the right to develop and express one's true genius and live as one's true self. I suggest that formal education, at its core, is about the distribution of information, tools, and resources for the sake of gaining or maintaining power within a particular social structure. Some are able to translate what they have received in schools into false power in the form of positions of authority or control within institutions. Others are burdened by what they have received in school because it has taught them to hide and inevitably lose the power they innately possess. This is the season for educators of all types and in all disciplines to claim power and teach youth to do the same. It is the season to be game shifters and norm shatterers. In an era in which schools perpetually assault those who society has pushed to the margins, the need for the philosophy of being Ratchetdemic has become more urgent than ever before. We have not seen such blatant opposition to Black folks pursuing power and wholeness since Jim Crow laws mandated segregation and endorsed a state-sanctioned devaluing of Black life. In that era, there was a fear of educated Black folks and a villainizing of those who taught them. People with power were simply not going to let Black kids in white schools and let them flourish. With the election of Barack Obama in 2008, American society got a taste of Blackness in political power. The aftertaste has left bitterness in the throat of the power structure across the country. In response, it has spit out the most egregious hate in speech, tweet, practice, and policy. The Obama-era model of gaining power through institutional position came with a required gentility that did not do much for the agency of marginalized folks. Civility and respectability did not distribute power to those rendered powerless across industries and institutions for generations. In fact, political institutional power blinded many people to the denial of full power to Black folks everywhere and Black youth in schools. This is not to say that the presence of a Black family in the White House did not provide inspiration and motivation to Black people. It is to acknowledge that under an administration of civility and appropriateness, there were certain norms around the denial of agency that were maintained.